Times ebb and flow, hotspots come and go. With the continuous advancement of big data and artificial intelligence technology, the digital metaverse, is opening. Many people know the metaverse because Zuckerberg renamed Facebook Metaverse, but the concept first came from the science fiction novel Snow Crash published by American writer Neil Stephenson, in 1992. He created two concepts in the book, metaverse and avatar. The former is still in use today, while the latter has been developed several times and has a new title, Virtual Digital Human or Digital Human, Metaverse. Human? In recent years, with the development of blockchain technology and the maturity of hardware technologies such as R/VR, virtual engine, and 3D projection, the production of virtual digital humans has become more and more exquisite and realistic, and the more complete immersive experience has greatly improved the capabilities of virtual digital humans. Commercial value: the digital human industry has ushered in a new opportunity for development. According to the 2022 China Virtual Human Industry Commercialization Research Report released by 2 Media Research, the industry market size and core market size driven by digital humans in China in 2021 will be 107.49 billion yuan and 6.22 billion yuan respectively. It is expected to reach 640.27 billion yuan and 48.06 billion yuan respectively. Production relations determine productivity. Although the metaverse and the digital human industry are developing rapidly, if we want to fully release their huge potential, we must make amendments or even subvert the existing laws and regulations. This article takes the digital human legal personality as the starting point to explore the significance and path of giving digital human legal personality to the development of the industry. The development bottleneck of the digital human industry. According to the definition of Qubit's Virtual Digital Human In-Depth Industry Report, a virtual digital human refers to a virtual digital human that exists in the non-physical world and is created and used by computer graphics, graphics rendering, motion capture, deep learning, speech synthesis and other computer means, a composite product of multiple human characteristics, human appearance, actions, interaction capabilities, etc. The sum of upstream and downstream enterprises surrounding the creation, technical support, and operation of digital humans constitutes the digital human industry chain. The upstream of the digital human industry chain mainly provides underlying technical support for digital humans, such as modeling, driving and rendering, including various hardware and software providers. Midstream virtual human platform manufacturers mainly focus on artificial intelligence technology and integrate technology to complete the production and training of virtual human. Downstream application scenarios extend to entertainment, office collaboration, finance, cultural tourism, government affairs, education, medical care, sports and other fields, including virtual employees, such as Kui Xiaopon of Vanke, virtual customer service, such as JD.com's Joyce, virtual hosts, such as Hunan Satellite TV's Xiao Yang, and virtual entertainment stars, such as A-Soul, and so on. See Figure 1 below for details. Demand creates supply, and the rapid development of the digital human industry is inseparable from the two driving forces on the demand side. One of the driving forces is cost savings, that is, using virtual humans to replace employees to save rising labor costs. Such virtual people are often created and operated by enterprises themselves, and because the tasks are simple, most of them rely entirely on AI technology for intelligent interaction, without the participation of real people, such as the intelligent customer service of major banks. The second driving force is risk aversion. In recent years, there have been frequent incidents of star personality collapses, making performing arts companies think about how to use digital stars to replace real-life stars and reduce investment risks for artists. Due to technical limitations, this type of digital person cannot get rid of the real person, and it is usually realized by relying on the person in the leather case plus. Simply put, it is a live-action behind-the-scenes performance, using technologies such as motion capture, modeling and rendering to reproduce digital human performances in real time. The most classic representative of this category is the virtual idol girl group A-Soul, created by Yuehua Entertainment. If you are interested, please refer to Do You Need a Virtual Anchor? It is not difficult to see that the two driving forces come from large downstream companies, and their digital people are called the corporate power among digital people. With strong capital strength, enterprise potential digital people purchase the best digital human technology and hire professional employees, which is the mainstream among digital human beings at present. The opposite of the corporate situation is the personal situation, that is, digital people who are completely managed and operated by individuals. Personal potential digital people live broadcast planning, business communication, business matchmaking and live broadcast are often handled by one person, and the technology used is relatively rough. Most of them are driven by interests and part-time jobs. Although the number is large, they can really do business. Transformation is rare. Personal potential digital humans have not become an important force in the downstream demand application side, nor have they had enough influence on the upstream technology side. The enterprise has strong strength, assembly line operation, specialized division of labor, good technology and high efficiency, but adopts the employment model, and there is no correlation, or low correlation, between the virtual human IP value and the creative team, so it is difficult to continuously stimulate digital human creation. The enthusiasm of the team has allowed digital human IP to last forever. In addition, most of the company's potential digital people serve the holding parent company, the application scenarios are relatively closed, and the spirit of exploration and innovation is often insufficient. The personal strength is weak, the personal experience is personal, the technical level is low, and the work efficiency is low, but because it is one's own hobby and career, the creative enthusiasm is high, the motivation is strong, and the digital human has a lot of room for growth. Although the personal potential digital human is small in scale, the scene is open, unrestrained, full of imagination and innovative spirit. The two virtual human modes have their own characteristics, complement each other, and will also transform each other. If the two models develop soundly and promote each other, it will be able to drive the continuous enrichment of virtual human application scenarios and gradually expand the demand, which will further drive the iterative update of midstream and upstream technologies, and finally realize the continuous upgrading of the virtual human industry. However, the actual situation in China at present is that the overall development of personal digital human beings is insufficient, and a pattern of benign interaction and complementary advantages with corporate digital human beings has not been formed. The exploration and innovation of downstream digital human application scenarios are insufficient, which restricts the development of the digital human industry. Advance pace. The development of personal potential digital humans restricts the progress of the digital human industry, so what affects the development of personal potential digital humans? Frankly speaking, it is difficult to answer the above questions, and there are many influencing factors, but we think there is one point worthy of attention. Within the current legal framework, digital people do not have legal personality, which creates obstacles for personal potential digital people to attract investment, and the team cannot get funds, can only fight alone, falling into the trap of low-level repetition and unable to extricate itself. The significance of legal personality of digital humans. Legal personality, also known as legal status, is the actual state of the legal subject's rights and obligations as stipulated by law. In my country, the Civil Code stipulates that there are three types of civil subjects, namely natural persons, legal persons, and unincorporated organizations. Digital humans cannot be classified into the above three categories, so they do not enjoy civil rights, and the current law does not create personality for them. Therefore, a digital person does not have legal personality, and cannot enjoy the rights of name, portrait, voice, reputation, performance, property and other rights that are stipulated by law to be enjoyed by fictitious persons, such as natural persons or companies. In other words, a digital human is an object of rights and can be owned by other legal subjects, but it is not a subject of rights and cannot own various rights. Therefore, the unavoidable problem when personal digital people raise funds externally is that investors value the value of digital people's IP, but this value does not belong to digital people, non-civil entities, but to the founders of digital people, natural person. Investors cannot directly invest in virtual humans, but can only indirectly invest in the founders of digital humans. For example, the two parties establish a joint venture company, and then use the joint venture company to hold digital human intellectual property, IP, assets. See Figure 2b below. The reality is more complicated. A large number of personal digital human teams have probably never confirmed the rights of digital human-related intellectual property rights, such as trademarks, copyrights of works, portraits, shapes, voices, etc., during operation. Valuation and pricing of digital humans is extremely difficult. If you consider the difficulty of governance and supervision of the digital human operation company established by the joint venture, most investors can only be discouraged from personal digital human beings. So, if a digital person acquires legal personality, can the above problems be solved? Figure 2c shows the investment transaction structure for this scenario. In this mode, investors and founders directly become shareholders of digital human companies. Digital human beings who have obtained legal personality are obviously not ordinary digital human beings. To avoid confusion, they are called digital human company here. Compared with Figure 2b, the interest chain is compressed, and the transaction structure is greatly simplified. A digital human company can consider setting up a shareholder meeting and a board of directors as an unmanned company, but does not hire any employees, and purchases the operation services of the founder or digital human operation team through service outsourcing. This will not only avoid personality confusion between the digital person and the founder, reduce the negative interference of the digital person's IP by the founder, but also make full use of the market-oriented competition mechanism to reduce operating costs as much as possible. On the other hand, in order to ensure the service quality and fully mobilize the enthusiasm of the operation team, a performance-linked service payment method can be adopted, such as sharing according to the annual net profit of digital human. In order to prevent digital human company funds from being misappropriated and further enhance investor confidence, financial institutions can be entrusted with custody of funds to fully protect digital human company fund security. At this point in writing, friends who are familiar with traditional finance must have understood at this time that the above-mentioned so-called digital human company system is just a combination of some common practices in the company system and asset management industry, and it is not an innovation made out of nothing. Digital humans naturally exist in the virtual digital world, and TA's activities can be traced and evidenced. As long as its personality is legally recognized and allowed to become an independent and eternal subject of rights, some of the latest information technologies, such as blockchain technology, are used to strengthen information disclosure and increase credibility. For example, digital human companies issued based on blockchain technology ownership certificates of shareholders, digital human IP authorization and authorization system, etc. It will definitely make investors, digital human founders, censure and performers, operation teams, technology providers and other market entities more convenient and efficient to establish mutual trust and cooperation to achieve a win-win situation. This is exactly the fundamental significance of establishing the legal personality of a digital human. Epilogue. In the middle of the 15th century, mankind entered the age of great exploration, and the company system began to brew. At the beginning of the 16th century, the Dutch first proposed and implemented the limited liability system. Shareholders can contribute to the company in the form of capital contribution, but only bear limited liability, which solves the drawbacks of shareholders in the old system who often sacrificed everything for the company, unlimited liability. In 1892, Germany promulgated the world's first limited liability company law, and the limited liability company entered the stage of history as a new type of company. For the first time, the company becomes a separate joint entity rather than a consortium of independent merchants, with a legal status independent of its owners. Since then, companies, this virtual person, legal person, created entirely by imagination, have emerged continuously and become an important force to promote the development of modern industrial and commercial society. Today, human beings stand at the gate of the metaverse era, full of ambitions, just like the age of great exploration. This time, however, we are dealing with a new digital world far larger than the ocean. In the era of great voyages, the establishment of the company's legal person status brought the company onto the stage of history. Drawing on the corporate legal person system, and endowing digital humans with legal personality may be the prelude to digital humans becoming the protagonists of the metaverse era. The issue of digital human legal personality is of great significance and far-reaching influence, and it is worth pondering and discussing. The author Wu Jingfei is an associate professor at the School of Economics, Shanghai University.